Okay, welcome back to the channel. We are live. This one's on my cell phone live. And we're right in front of my place with my little buddy. Psst, 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 psst. Carlos. He doesn't really have a name yet, but I want to call him, I want it to be Carlos. This is my place. I just pay $130 a month. Yeah, that cat was just around in this place, like, and I guess he probably, meows and meows and goes from house to house trying to get, or I don't know what he does, and there's other animals here, there's like dogs and a couple other cats, but that cat really like came to me like always, and then I would sit on my porch with him. This is all over the last month or something. And he really bonded on me. And then one time in my place, I hear like a drop, and then he's beside me. He jumped, he figured out, he knew I was in there and he wanted to, so he's like, I'll come in the window to find you. There's one of the dogs. Yo, Escape from America, yo. So I'm telling the story of when I started off, I showed there's a cat. He's basically become my cat. It's just like the neighborhood, one of the neighborhood cats who bonded to me big time. And he looks young. I bet you he's like, not a kitten at all, but like past a kitten age, but still the ears are short and he's still a kid. It's really windy. We had a major typhoon the last few days, so this is probably the tail end of it. It's been like crazy rain. Yesterday especially. And it's been a holiday here. It's called Phnom Penh, and it's like, I don't want to try to explain it because I don't understand it myself even, but it's something to do with they're celebrating or honoring like the spirits of your past relatives and things like that have died in the past and stuff. And they do things like put out offerings, or like you put out a bunch of like food and drinks under a little shrine thing, and that's like you're giving that to the ghosts, to the spirits and stuff. So I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but that's kind of like the vibe it's like. And so in a way, it's not the same at all, but it's almost the same time of year as Halloween, which is kind of spooky. So it's kind of like our Halloween. But I guess only because it's just only because it involves spirits and ghosts. That's the only reason it's close to Halloween. This looks nice little spot, hey? So that's just like a few driveways down from my place. Do you guys hear that? There's like a monk singing a loudspeaker, echoing in the distance. You got to hear that. Can you hear that? That's actually happening. That's somewhere way over there. It's probably closing out the holiday that I just talked about. That holiday is over now, but maybe this is the closing prayer or something. Hello. So we're just walking into town so I can get my breakfast noodles, and this is my form of exercise, doing this long walk, and I walk back home later. But because of the holiday, like everything closes, a lot of stuff closes in town. only half the restaurants are open, and then the streets and roads get flooded with tourism, like domestic tourism, like people from that just live an hour away or 2 hours away. They all come to Kampot for the long weekend, right? Including people from Phnom Penh. Like I used to do that too. When I was a teacher, anytime you'd get a long weekend or time off, you'd go check out somewhere. It's either Siem Reap or come to Kampot's better for that kind of thing, like for a long weekend holiday. No, so anything you try to do, like you try to go somewhere and it's either closed or the road is crazy traffic to get there, or you can't get a tuk-tuk, or the delivery guys for food are all over, there's too many orders going on and stuff. On top of that, the typhoon was happening the last few days, like at the same time. And so then here I am trying to make a video. It's just like the worst time. And I tried, actually. There's this new ramen place in town, an authentic Japanese ramen, and I went there and I was making a video and I walk inside and all that stuff, and it was noon, and she goes, "We're closed for lunch." And I said, "It's noon." And she's like, "We were so busy in the last 45 minutes that they make a breakfast batch and when it's gone, it's gone. Like, then they close in the afternoon and make more, and then they open again at dinner time." And she said she didn't realize that like almost half the other stuff on the street will be all closed. So she was like the only restaurant open. So then everyone, and there's like hotels and guest houses around. So, everyone's waking up and going out onto the street to try to buy food and stuff. And a lot of the places are all closed. And then they see this ramen. Okay, she's going to open at 11. And and that was on this past Monday, so that was like a long time ago. So then that's literally her, because they're brand new. So that was literally the most busy day they've ever seen ever. And they sell out, and then I walk in, "Can I make a video?" So there was a big fail. But I'm still out there trying. So it was a big fail, and then it was a typhoon for like 3 days straight, and everything's closed. So I didn't. That's why there's been no video. So I'm doing this live stream now, and then this evening I'm taking the railway train to Phnom Penh. I play with my band in Phnom Penh this weekend, and just to make a video about it, I'm going to take the railway train instead of a bus and make a video. And they have like a nicer class where you get more room, and I have my bass so I can have space to put that too, and the chair is better and it's like quieter in there. So I'm gonna get the first class, and then because I can show both, I can show the normal class too, but it's not like luxury. It'll probably look like normal, and the regular class will look terrible. So when I say first class, it's just gonna look like a normal seat for a human being probably. But that's more interesting in a video. First class ticket. I think too, when the train passes by certain areas, which is like frequently every little village or town, it like all the time. That's an annoying thing about the train. And if you're in first class, it's more soundproof in that cabin or whatever. And I think there's air conditioning, so it's just like little things like there's like no noise, and it's air conditioned and bigger seat. That's it. But like where I'm from, even the public bus is air conditioned. Like, so that's my point. It's just going to be a normal. It's just going to be a normal seat. It sounds like it's coming from down here, that singing. Anyway. So yeah, I'm going there tonight, but our shows aren't until tomorrow. But the train, there's only one train every day, and it's from 4 p.m. and it gets to Phnom Penh at 8. And always I have to be in the city way before 8 o'clock because we have to sound check or be at a, like my gig on Saturday is we play at 7, so I'm gonna have to be there like at 6, so I can't show up on the train at 8. And I want to make a video about the railway train. And then the train back to Kampot, if I was in Phnom Penh, you're like, hey, why don't you just take the train the other way then? That's only once a day, and it's like 6:30 in the morning from Phnom Penh to Kampot. And so if it's on the way back, like the night previous, I will have played a show until like 1:30 in the morning. Like you don't really go to sleep because you're wound up and you pack up and then you're hanging out and then you get back to the hotel and then it's like, it'll be like 2:30 but before I go to sleep, and then I'd be like on a train at 6:30. So that's why I've been never able to do it. And it's like, well, so now's the time. Like, I'm coming a day early, and the reason why it still makes sense money-wise is on Saturday we play 2 gigs in one night, so I still have the revenue of 2 gigs, but I only have to have one night available for them, you know? So my Friday night, which is tonight, I just show up on the train and check into my hotel. Like, and it's like, oh, now you need a second night in a hotel, but it's okay. I have 2 gigs in one night, so that doesn't always happen. So it's like, okay, this is it. 2 gigs in one night. You can afford to come one day early and then do the train. And so I got videos planned. I'm thinking the train, the hotel I'm at. Then there's this crazy mall called Fun Mall, and it's inside, it's all colorful and decorated and very visual, and there's activities, and there's like indoor rock climbing and a big food court, and this might do Fun Mall. And then depending on how I feel, I could also make a video about taking the bus to camp, like the normal, it's like a 12-person van. That's what the normal way to do it is. I've done that in the past, but it's been like probably 2.5, 3 years. I did it one time where I made a video about taking the bus, but it's so buried from being back in the day that no one watches that one anymore, so I should make a new one now. Okay, I'm gonna read your shit now. I've been looking at rentals in Kampot, but haven't gotten a reply back. Yeah, the holiday. Yeah, today you should get an answer back, maybe. But sometimes, because it's a Friday and then it's the weekend, some people just take this day off too, but it's not part of the holiday, but they would just, you put one vacation day here and then you get the whole weekend too, so then. Check on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. Facebook groups. Look up groups about rentals in Kampot or something. Zach Perry, what part of Phnom Penh does the train drop you off? Well, there's a big train station like in the middle of Phnom Penh. It's kind of north. I can picture it on a map, but I don't know the name of it. I'd say it's like north of center. North of Olympic Stadium, that's what's in my head. It's called like Phnom Penh Royal Railway, something like that, some name like that. And so it's not quite as north as TK or it's Tul Cork. It's not that high up, but it's something like that. If you went right in the middle and you just kind of go up 2 inches on the map. Lawrence. Oh, I just scared this dog. Lawrence says, I was in Kampot in August 22, right after COVID. The piles of garbage in random spots is upsetting. I wish they would do something about that. Are you seeing it right now? What this probably is we've had a typhoon, so like this might have been under like 4 inches of water for half a day. Like flooding is a daily thing here in the rain season. If it rains enough. So now it all drained away only maybe 5 hours ago. Like, so if you're seeing stuff laying around now, it might be like what it washed, all the garbage got floated in here with the flood and everything. Seth, good morning from Dallas. Dallas, baby, come on. Oh man, my shorts have a drawstring to tighten it, I guess, or what do you want to call it? And they're old and worn out, so I can't. I've tied them up and everything, but I can feel them starting to. So I got stuff in my pockets too, weighing it down. My shirts are gonna come off. Yes, I started this off talking about this like neighborhood cat that's been. It started off just visiting me, and then it bonded to me, and then now we're like. Last night it stayed because it was really typhooning bad, and it came to my door, and I let it in because I'm like, you just look outside and this poor little guy. So I really like cats too, so I let him in, and then he's really being an asshole about he's hungry. I know it's not his fault, but I don't have anything. I gave him any scraps I have nothing, and then he's still really loud, really loud. So I'm getting breakfast noodles, and then on my walk home I'm gonna go by 7-Eleven and buy some little cat foods and give him some. Because I saw too, because I'm like, well, how did he live with before if I was gonna feed him or not? And you know, they catch little geckos, or they hunt their own stuff, you know. And then there's a big garbage where we live. There's a big garbage pile. If you went over to where they stack the garbage, I bet you he could steal tons of food. And he goes around and probably whines to everyone, and you never know who else is feeding him too. But right now on his back leg, there's like a bite mark, I think, and there's dogs that live there too. And I think a dog like got his leg. And the cat is still walking, and he even can hop on my bed, but you can tell he's like, oh, like, and he doesn't run. He can't like just. He can't dart like a lightning bolt like cats can do. He can't do that anymore. He's a little bit like... And I'm thinking maybe that's why he's so nasty and hungry right now, because he can't hunt properly with his... He's got a gimpy leg right now. And then I'm about to go to Phnom Penh for like 2-3 days. So today I'm going to buy him some cat food and fatten him up till I come back. But where I live, there's like 20 other houses. I'm sure someone's throwing food away, and there's bags of garbage he could go rip up. I'm sure he's fine. There's geckos crawling around. Where are we? Okay. T. Patrick, what kind of music does your band do? It's like a rock and roll cover band. But it can be many different types of music and eras, like different years of really old stuff. Could be like Michael Jackson or Pink Floyd, or something brand new or Foo Fighters or something like. So it's just Kings of Leon or something, like just random. And we have iPad, the singer's like the leader. And we have the same app in our iPads that shows us the chart for the song, like the chords and the lyrics and stuff. And then over time in our set, we just save the songs in our iPad from this app and stuff into a list. And in a night, we only need like 30 songs to do a whole entire gig. But in our list, there's like 200, there's like so many possible ones that he might choose, and he just does it on the fly, like whatever he feels like playing. Like when one song finishes, I have no idea what the remaining songs will be at all, or what's next or anything. And he'll just start playing, and I just have to, start playing with it. So in my head, I'll be like, he starts, and in 1 second, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that song on my iPad. Or I have no idea what it is to look on my iPad, so I just start playing bass. Like I can just play by ear. Imagine I'm jamming with someone, but it's a real song, but I don't know it. And then plus I can just look at his hands too, like it's easy. I've played bass for like 27 years. Something like that. Sometimes it feels like playing bass is like, it's the same as like if you're just humming a tune to yourself. That's how able I am to play bass, like the same ability as that. Like you just like think it and you can do it. Hey Tom, watching you from Boston. That's wicked smart. Go fuck yourself. Jay says, I grew up in Florida and we took in a pregnant stray cat as a hurricane was bearing down on us. My mom had the cat till it died 15 years later. Yeah, he's nice. He has a little bit of a asshole streak in him, like, because he's a wild outdoor cat, right? So you're like, no, don't do that. And you think he's gonna listen to that, like. And his meow is tough. Like he's able to scare away dogs he's like, you know, when they go really, he's able to sound loud and nasty if you want. Oh, I don't want to go down there. Pants are falling off. Yeah, but he's nice. And like I was telling him, he keeps going over and fucking around with stuff. And I was like, just lay down. I make him a nice, like put some padding and a mat and like soft stuff so he can lay on. I'm like, lay down right here. And it looks like he's not listening to me. And then I kind of like, I'm disciplining him. And then I go back to what I'm doing. And I feel like, oh, that stupid cat. Then I look back a minute later and he's sitting there nice and quietly purring, and I'm like, he did listen to me. He's like a teenager with an attitude or something. And maybe he's just starving and he has a little bit of a hurt leg, so he can't catch all the critters and hunt anymore, and now he's getting starving. The other thing I thought was too, my landlord saw me with this cat and I said, I don't even feed him. I don't know how and then he's like, no, this guy like 3 doors down is feeding him. But you know how I just said the last like 3-4 days is a holiday? So it's like very likely that people go away for this weekend and these few days and stuff. There's a car coming. Anyway, so I'm thinking is that there might be someone who might throw him food most of the time, but that guy might have been gone the last 3 days, and then he also has a hurt leg. So now the cat's over at my place, like, he's meowing like something's wrong, you know, like he's really hungry. So I gave him like what I could, but it was really crap. Like I just have I cut up some French fries and stuff. Like I didn't have anything. I just had whatever scraps from my food I ordered. Like, oh yeah, I had shrimp tails. I had a pad thai that had shrimp, and I kind of bit them off. Not really. I didn't suck out the whole inside of the tail, so I squeezed out the meat from inside all these shrimp tails, and then he had a bunch of shrimp. So I was giving him some stuff, but like after I get breakfast, I'm gonna buy a little bit of cat food to give him. But it's a fine line because I don't want him. I'm okay if I like adopt him, but I don't want him in my house when I'm not there. And he's used to being an outdoor cat, so that's fine. It's like, so that's going to be our relationship basically. When I'm not there, I throw him outside. Like, but you know, what if I get him dependent on feeding him and stuff like that? How many big holidays are there in Cambodia? There's a lot. There's more than, you could Google that. It's more than North America. It's like, I want to say like, you know, in America or Canada, we have like one every month, pretty much. Like there's one long weekend every month. So you might say, oh, like 12 or 13 for us. And in Cambodia, it's like 20 or something like that. And some of them last 3 days, like the one that just passed. Everyone got like 3 days off. And then if you also book the Friday off, then you get the whole weekend too. And well, especially some is asking, does everything shut down on their major holidays? Not all 20 of those holidays, but the really major ones. So I guess maybe that's what you're asking. What's the really serious one? It seems like this one is really serious, and then Khmer New Year is very serious. And because you know what else? These businesses in Kampot are struggling a lot of the time. It's very empty here and very, very quiet here. And then the last 2 days, it just fills with people that are just, all they want to do is go to restaurants. And like 70% of all the restaurants close. And I'm like, why don't the people that run these restaurants just take 3 days off like a week later? Like, you know what I mean? Like have their vacation later, but stay open when everyone's here. And the people look at me like, that's like asking you to move Christmas. Like work on Christmas and then you can have Christmas in January. Like, you can't move people's traditions and holidays and stuff. Now I wasted all the time talking about a cat, but if you're interested in teaching abroad, I have links below. There's also links below to my members section. I have extra content. It's a nice way to support my channel and everything. It's $4.99, and there's like extra videos I've been doing for the last long time. There's probably 150 to 200 extra little live streams for members only, and also about Happy Pizza and laughing gas balloons. And you could just sign up and quit. Like, just do it for only 1 month. I don't get insulted if you quit. Go binge it all. Or you could also send super thanks. I checked the weather for Phnom Penh. It's going to be really rainy too this whole weekend, so it's not going to be good. On Saturday we have 2 shows in one night, so like 7 till 9:30, and then we rush to the late night bar to probably start at 10, or like we could probably start at like 9:50 or something, you know, or 9:55. Like as soon as we're on the stage and plugged in, we'll just start. You're signaling the other way. That lady coming at me was just signaling the other way and then turning the opposite way of her signal into oncoming traffic. There's another one. I have to do laundry too. I won't have any cool clothes this weekend, so that's gonna suck. The laundry machines at my place are kind of like outside, and so when it was like coming down in sheets, I don't want to carry my clothes through the rain to... Talkative, have you met a ninja yet? Nah, ninjas are from Japan, I think. I'm going to a noodle restaurant. Someone asked, where am I going? Well, you know, like I'm just, it's morning right now. I don't know what time. I would guess it's 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. And I could have sat on my ass at home and just ordered food. But I don't do any sports or working out or gym ever in my whole life. And so but I like to walk, so it's about 3 kilometers to where I'm going from my house. So when I go there and back, it'll be 6-kilometer walk, little exercise. And there's a noodle restaurant I really like, or they have other things too. I just get a beef noodle soup. And that's all I'm going to do. And usually what I would do is I have a side bag, and I put my camera in there, and then before I go back home, I'll go film and talk about something, or, you know, make a video about something. Today I'm not going to do that because I'm basically going to be getting ready to go to Phnom Penh tonight. I'm going on the railway train this evening at 4, so I got to leave my place at like 3:15 or 3:30. Because I've never been to the station, and I need to buy a ticket when I'm there, and I don't know if there's a lineup, and I want to film while I'm there, so I want to go a little bit early. And I think the singer sent me a couple new songs that he wanted me to learn. As I say, I just listen to it for 2 seconds, and then if it sounds super easy, I'm like, yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. But you have to listen in case there's like if there's like an iconic riff that you have to play it exactly the same as the song, then I listen for that. But most of the time, the bass is just in the background jamming, like doo 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 doo, and you can just, oh, it's just an easy song, okay. Bluesy rock. Probably what I end up doing would be more stuff than what's in the real song sometimes. Oh, I wonder, so if I start feeding this cat, then he'll forget how to hunt, you know? It's just right now, he just looked he's just sounding like extra hungry, I think. And I'm thinking it's because he has a hurt leg, and the other guy feeding him went on holiday. So he can't hunt and no one's feeding him. And I think, you know, I could buy a little container of wet food, and it's probably like 35 cents, and I'll buy 2 of them. Put them both, like give them 2 at once, like in a bowl. Here you go, eat your heart out. But then I'm gone the next like 2 days after that. He'll come back for more tomorrow. Like, where are you? Oh no, it's closed. Let's go over there anyway. So what I said happened, you know, the owners of this restaurant, they probably were shut Wednesday, Thursday. And they go, let's just do Friday too. Well, that sucks. So that's where I was gonna have breakfast. They're not open. So stuff's still closed today. Unbelievable. That'll be hilarious if the train is closed. But I don't play till tomorrow night anyway. I could just take a bus. I think the last buses are like at 6. So if I'm there at the train at 3 and I find out they're not even open, then I still have time. A lot of Khmer people on this holiday too, they go back to their home. Imagine in America or Canada, like Thanksgiving, you go back to like your parents' house, you know? And so sometimes that could mean going out into the country, like out in the countryside in the provinces, they call it. And then a lot of the business owners, they're either doing that or they're gonna they're gonna rationalize like, why should we be open on Friday when everyone's going to be still out of town at their families' houses and stuff? And the foreigners all went back to Phnom Penh now, and it's only going to be Tom wandering around. We don't have to stay open just for Tom. So then that's what's happening. I kind of like how empty. I should do a video where you can rent these things. I've seen also like similar, but you sit down all enclosed in a big go-kart, like a dune buggy off-road thingy. And I saw one of those driving around town, and I was like, where do you rent that thing? Yeah, Patrick's asking, is there Indian food? You know, there's going to be a circular saw anytime I need to speak. Yeah, I'd say that's actually the most common type of restaurant in Kampot is Indian restaurant. There's probably 7. I did a video at one of them, Delhi Darbar. There's like, I'm thinking in the delivery apps what I've seen. Delhi Darbar, Simon's Indian food. Then there's Moti Mahal, Curry Mahal. There's Royal Indian. I'm sure there's another one. There's at least 5 or 6 Indian restaurants in town here. There's a couple of Mexican ones. There's a really cheap Mexican restaurant here called Pot and Pan, or sometimes people call it Mexican Food. Kampot, that's the name of the restaurant. And it's like really cheap prices and like nothing special, but it's just like every time I order, it's good. It's just like fresh, lots of cheese on it. One taco is like $1.20 or something, and it's nice. Nachos is like $2, a whole thing of nachos. Maybe $2.60 if you want like meat on it. And hot wings with like carrot and stuff. You get carrot sticks with it and stuff, and it's like $2.30. So like you could order like 5 things. Everything's like $2 there. It's good. Then there's another place called The Hideout. They have really good food too. And you can tell a lot of these places have the same menus, so it comes down to who's the actual people working, like in the back. Who is that restaurant hired? Do they have a good chef staff in the back? And because it could be the exact same stuff on the menu, but from one place to the other, it's like one's crap and one's really good. And The Hideout is really good. It's this place on the corner right here. It's called Kampot Pie and Ice Cream. It's like a bakery, and they also have food, and it's a coffee shop. And then their owners are part Canadian. So they have some Canadian desserts, and they also have poutine there. And they try their best to do it just like Canada. To the beach, okay. The Boyle 78 says to the beach. We're right next to it. Actually, that's good. The 7-Eleven is there, and that's where I was gonna go to get cat food. I could get Tom food too. Tom food and cat food. Yeah, talkative. That's what I was talking about. I think it's called Nanaimo bars. Nanaimo. Yeah, I have to make sure I don't give the cat my food and myself the cat food. Well, I was gonna go to the noodle place, and now I'm just like, and I'm in one of those moods where I don't really care. I could eat the crap on the shelf at the back of 7-Eleven. They have some good little sandwiches, and depends what's left. Since there's tension with Thailand, so the supplies from 7-Eleven come from Thailand, so sometimes that shelf is pretty empty. But then all of a sudden it's full again. It's just like, it gets restocked, but not as frequently as it used to. So it's right, the beach starts after this bridge. So one of the viewers here said go to the beach, so we are. I did a video all about how they're building this beach over here, but it was a while ago, so it's way more completed now. We can see. Go Places says also wants to see the beach. Well, after this live stream, look back in my videos. It's like a month ago I made a whole 10-minute video about showing them building the beach and everything. But we'll look at it now too. It's funny, it's like there's no problem with not signaling here. It's like they signal but don't turn the way they're signaling. So I'm about to walk and I think, oh, okay, that person's turning. I can step out, and then they're, psych, I'm not turning. I just keep my signal on for no reason. But all these stones were not in place when I did the video, and over here too. They started far at the other end where that building is, and in the video they were like halfway towards here. But now it's all the way from end to end. And at nighttime, like, food trucks come and line up, little restaurant food trucks, and then out in the sand they put chairs and tables and I don't know what to call it, like a big giant crescent moon that lights up, and they place it there, like big lit up displays and little light bulb rope lights all over everything, like they're trying to make it look all magical on the beach at night and stuff. And it gets dark here at like 6, right? So you can have dinner on the beach here. It's mostly, I think, seafood and Khmer food, but then they tear it all down, take it all away when they go. And that's in that video. Like, if you go watch that video about the beach, I showed it in the daytime and they're building it, and then I came back at nighttime to show that stuff too. Is the water safe to swim in? I think it is. It's just a river though, yo. I think it's safe, but it's like at certain times, depending what. Oh, there's a dog coming. At certain times, it could look way more murky or way much more murky. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, like, brown because there's so much sediment being whipped up because of, sometimes, I just sound like an idiot. I don't know how to describe a river, but it's like, sometimes it's perfectly still and beautiful, and sometimes there's a current, like, sometimes, and, you know, there's probably a reason why they need to have that. And then at certain times they open up the gate, they let the water fly out, and it's like, and then the water's more like brown because it's rushing, it's moving fast, and it's whipping up all the sand and stuff. Let's go look close at it right now over here. It looks pretty good right now. Well, we just had a typhoon, actually. We had a rainstorm the last few days. Oh, I hurt my knee somehow, just existing. This looks all right. You can see through it. You can see people jumping in there. I think if I did it, I would be like, I wouldn't start swishing it around in my mouth or anything. And jet skis go on here, so there could be like gasoline smell or something, but it's not tons. It's like there's a guy here with like 2 jet skis at night. You could rent one. But, if I was here with my buddies, I would, whoops. I would stand like right there up to my thighs, like throwing a frisbee or something. Like you could still get in the water and not dunk your mouth underneath. Like, you can walk in just a little bit and splash around, and I think it's better to be used as like scenery. It's not good to come do laps but your kids can go and splash in the water at the shore and stuff. It's not like toxic waste or anything. I think it's just sometimes it's kind of more muddier looking than other times. That's basically what I was trying to say. Oh. So there's the 7-Eleven. Wonder if Ekran Noodles is open. I don't think so. They just do coffee. There's a really good noodle place here, but they don't open till like 10 or something. Or there's people sitting there, so it looks like it's open, but there's a coffee cart, and so people are just buying coffee. Yeah, I don't like the holidays here. Same with Water Festival. Then everyone's trying to soak you with water when you go around and rub powder on you and stuff like that. That's like in April or May. What I should do next time is like get a whole bunch of groceries and also like every snack you love and just stay in for like 3 days. And then my cupboard at home would just look like a 7-Eleven, and you just choose whatever you want. Anyway, I guess I'll end it off here. If you're interested in becoming a teacher, there's links below for that. And consider becoming a member of the Tom Trips Out Army. There's extra videos you could watch, and it really helps support the channel. And if you know anyone who's thinking about moving abroad and they're going to become a teacher, or they need some help, like help share my stuff with people that would want to see it. And yeah, until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out. Oh, one last question. Patrick. Is it Kamai or Khmer? It's Kamai. Kamai. Okay. It's never too late to start tripping out.